inspire you and give a glimpse of how a small to medium real estate enterprise like Landco has maneuvered its way through the economic cycles and carved its own path for growth and sustainability. When I say small to medium, I'm talking maybe 3 to 4.5 billion pesos in annual sales. For those of you who may be hearing of Landco for the first time, I would like to introduce you to a brand that likes to call itself the purveyor of leisure living. Hence our tagline, Life at Your Leisure. But before that, let me just give you a brief background on how we came to be, which explains why we're here and why we do what we do. Landco was founded by, in 1990 by two partners, Mr. Alfred Xerez Burgos Jr., my father, and Mr. Danilo Antonio. The establishment of the company could not have been better timed. For those of you who were around in 1990, this was the year when General Gringo Onasan instigated a series of coup d'etats. So it couldn't have been better. No? He did that against the Cory government and drove basically all the investors away, including ours. So having no seed money at that time, the partners decided to engage in consultancy work offering business planning, project management, property management, leasing and sales and marketing. Some of our clients included Santa Lucia Realty, Alson's Land, Philinvest. We were involved with about 80 consultancy projects like Santa Lucia East Mall, the Orchard Golf and Country Club, Philinvest Festival Mall, and many, many others. No? Tutuban Center was also part. Finally, in 1994, we took in a strategic partner, then Metro Pacific Corporation, now Metro Pacific Investments Corporation, and became a full-fledged developer. The percentage of ownership between our family and MPIC has swung back and forth since then, but Mr. Pangilinan has been sitting as our chairman since 2002. As a startup developer then, our approach had been very entrepreneurial and pragmatic. Rather than fight it out with big developers in Metro Manila, we decided to exploit other opportunities available in the countryside. Metro Manila was still a significant market to serve, but we brought the arena to another setting where it isn't too crowded. This was called the second home industry, or what we call leisure communities. Areas like Metro Tagaytay, Nasugbu, Calatagan, San Juan, Batangas, even Samal Island in Davao are where Landco established a significant foothold and coined terms like residential resorts and leisure tourism estates. Having set up our core business, we then took on opportunities in key cities around the country, but still not Metro Manila, with a demand for high-end luxury appointments and, of course, a flair for leisure. Cities like San Pedro, San Pablo, Baliwag, San Fernando, and Cabanatuan were ripe for what we call luxury home communities. So those are pictures. Finally, in 2008, we decided to enter the mainstream Metro Manila primary home market and launched Tribeca Private Residences along the SLEX corridor. With a size of 10 hectares, that's roughly the size of maybe Rockwell, something like that. No? It was the only site big enough to accommodate facilities we felt we needed to experience genuine leisure. You know, to walk down from your apartment and take a stroll on a 6-hectare Central Park complemented by resort-inspired swimming pools, a football field, kids play areas, and so on and so forth. So this category is Landco's third leg, called resort-inspired condominiums. Part of this talk asks, what is your organization's focus? My dear friends, my answer to that, I think, is pretty obvious, but I'll spell it out anyway. Landco is about leisure. This is the lens through which we see, and this is how we segment our markets and design our products. What is leisure? Leisure is the period of recreational and discretionary time before or after compulsory activities such as going to work or running a business, attending school, and doing homework, household chores, and day-to-day stress. So, what is the value of leisure? Leisure affords the person time and space to think, recollect, and recharge oneself. Leisure is empowerment and relaxation necessary for one to again face the challenges of every day. For Landco, leisure is a specific need that has to be addressed. To stress the importance on this need, we have launched a program called the Landco Privilege Club back in 2012. The Landco Privilege Club is an exclusive community of Landco buyers who have access to different leisure destinations that Landco built. For example, if I'm a buyer of Tribeca private residences, I'm allowed access to establishments such as Club Punta Fuego, both outlets in Peninsula and also in Terrazas, Playa Calatagan in Batangas, Playa Laia in San Juan, and Playa Azalea in Samal Island. This has been a key differentiating factor and one of the top reasons for purchasing a Tribeca unit all the way in Sucat, Parañaque. And we plan to roll this out to our luxury home communities in the provinces soon. So, okay, next slide. Landco's target market encompasses a wide spectrum because the need for leisure is universal. The products range depends on the market's appetite, from million-dollar luxury seaside homes provided by projects like Peninsula de Punta Fuego, to bite-sized beach resorts like Aquaria. We have them. However, the bulk of our business targets the top 10% of the population, about roughly 10 million, with a disposable income for real estate. We estimate at around 1.2 trillion pesos, about 27 billion per annum in dollars. So far, here is how we fared in the industry. When I say open lots, these are lots simply developed. These are developed parcels of land where buyers are free to build their vacation homes independently. Okay. The next slide, we have a small share, about 7% in the condo market for leisure. Primarily because we only launched last year. But we intend to grow this starting this year and next year. Okay, next. This is our market share in Davao. We have a pretty dominant share for the leisure communities there when we started Playa Azalea. Okay, next. And this is our market share in the SLEX corridor. We have about 10%. The total industry size is about 12 billion per annum, which has come to be fiercely competitive. Our share is reflective of our pricing segment and our conservative approach to floating inventory. We only We only launch one building at a time, so that's also probably why our share is only so small. And also, we are lodged on the premium segment. A lot of our competitors are priced, I'd say, 30 to 40% below our pricing. So think of it as uh, a BMW four-door compact four-door sedan. So maybe it's a 3 Series against a Toyota Altis or something like that. No? So naturally, there's only a segment that you will hit. And then for luxury home communities, the total industry size is about 4 billion, not counting the house and lots. So this is purely open lots. Talking about our target market, we believe that the new affluencers, about 35 to 50-year-olds, whose interest or reason for purchase could be family, investment, or status, prefer Landco because of its expertise in providing high-quality leisure experiences. This summit was organized bringing participants together to answer questions like, how long is this party gonna last? Or will the money ever run out to finance everything being built? Our answer to that is one with full of hope, but carries cautious optimism. The experts like Jones Lang LaSalle can decipher all of this for us. But we are banking on the following trends, which some of them have already been mentioned by Sheila. Increased infrastructure spending in highways to reach the provinces, increased mobility via land, sea, air transportation, increase in tourist arrivals, continued growth in OFW remittances, continued growth in the BPO sectors, increased foreign direct investments, low interest rate climate, and now, more than ever, leisure is a need that must be fulfilled. We need to step back, smell the flowers, enjoy God's gifts, and spend time with family and loved ones. These trends will give rise to increased demand for second homes or leisure communities, stretching to new markets. Before, we were only targeting the affluent markets of Metro Manila, but surprisingly, because of these trends over the last 10 to 15 years, our markets have already stretched to Mega Manila. We now cater to the rich people living in Calabarzon, in North Luzon, in Central Luzon, who are first-time vacation home buyers. And then, of course, with that, I mean, if you have increased demand for second homes, there's a natural increase also for primary homes. So that's something that we would like to capitalize on too. And of course, increased domestic tourism. So how will Landco capitalize on these trends? Leisure tourism destinations like Playa Calatagan, Playa Laia, and Playa Azalea offer something unique to the market. Think of a more organized Boracay. Only you don't need a plane to get there. It's just a short drive away. Thereby increasing your frequency of visits and fully maximize your leisure experiences. For the moment, Landco is offering beachside condos that could be enrolled in a rental pool for hassle-free maintenance, such as Aquaria in Playa Calatagan, commercial lots for investors and operators of beachside establishments, and resort amenities that are open to the public, such as what we have in Aquaria that's already built, and the one that's being built right now in Samal Island, showed in the next slide. And in the future, we are thinking of getting into resort hotels, where Landco has the option to develop and operate, lease the land or throw in the land as part of a joint venture with operators. And then we also plan to develop commercial boardwalks along the beach lines, pretty much like what you will see in Nusa Dua or Maui or Honolulu, developments like that. No? And then, of course, capitalize on, as I mentioned earlier, house and lot products to address the increased housing demand. Now, we call them luxury home communities in the provinces. No? For Metro Manila standards, you may consider them upper middle income segment, because we're talking about prices ranging from 2.5 to 4.5 million. But for the provinces, they're already considered high-end. No? So that's how we're positioned, and that's how we are known as. No? It's like we're the Forbes Park of these key cities. So in conclusion, while there might be some red flags in the horizon pertaining to a possible oversupply in the middle-income condominium sector, or that it may just be too competitive an arena, it is important for any developer to know its market and identify opportunities where it can harness its strengths. For developers who have plenty of resources and would like to venture on businesses that are outside its core strengths, I'd say you're adding more stress to your lives. But do as you please. If you need a place to spend a weekend or leisure and remove all your stress, please let me know. Thank you.
Very good.